Hey everyone, Rob from Southgate Media Group here. Before we get started with this podcast, we have a quick message. If this is your first time checking out the show, we love that you found us and we really hope you enjoy it. What we have to say is for the subscribers. If you enjoy our shows, would you please donate to help keep these going? We don't want to have to put traditional ads on these shows, but this does cost money. So we really do rely heavily on donations. To make a donation to the show, please go to our website, www.southgatemediagroup.com. Go to the page for the show, and in the upper right-hand corner is a donate button. It takes you right to PayPal, and you can donate whatever amount you want. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody. And now, on with the show.
Hey, wayward sons and daughters, welcome back to the Winchester Report, a Southgate Media Group podcast dedicated to all things supernatural related, as in Supernatural on the CW, starring Jensen Ackles and Judd Padalecki, and also Misha Collins. Can't forget about Misha Collins. I don't want no emails.
And baby!
Oh my god. So this episode was dedicated to the Impala, which is the only Winchester that has not let me down in 11 seasons, okay? Overdue. That's probably why Swan Song is one of my favorite episodes. Honestly, we get like the whole backstory with Baby. She's the most important object in the universe. And I agree.
I'm sure Dean does too.
Are you a huge fan of Baby Winchester?
Yes.
Now, I am a person who, I know a lot of people think that Impala chats are like, or brother chats or whatever you want to call them, are like this played out trope in Supernatural, but I personally think that, because, I don't know, starting in like season 8, we just didn't get enough of them, and I was just like kind of nostalgic, and this episode was like one big long Impala chat, so I was just like, oh my god, you guys get it. You guys actually spent the summer rewatching episodes, and you can totally tell. Which I suggested a long time ago. Like, if you're a new writer, I know it's a long storied history of Supernatural, but you literally have to. Otherwise, you miss the nuances of this show. As I'm sure you found out this summer.
Yes. I actually think it should be a requirement to get hired as a writer to watch all of the episodes.
Yes. I like I said, I've been craving more of that season 4, season 5 vibe, and I'm definitely thinking that that's what they're doing with the darkness, and I can really appreciate it. No show has fun with format like Supernatural does. I mean, I'm a huge fan of like changing channels. I really enjoyed fan fiction, so, and you know, the French mistake to a lesser extent. So I like when they kind of take us kind of out of our regular format, and they do it so well. I just want to say hats off to Thomas J. Wright, who directed this, and of course Robbie Thompson was the one to write it, because he's the best writer in the writer's room. Sorry.
Yeah. And I think you're forgetting the one where, like, they figure out that there's books about them.
Actually,
Because...
I don't like that. For so many reasons. Monster at the end of this book or whatever, no. So many things.
I actually liked it because that's the first time I remember that we actually, like, they kind of sort of broke the fourth wall to give us a shout out.
Yeah, I like the meta of it, but I hate Becky. And I'm always like, I love Rob Benedict, but I'm always on the fence about Chuck. So, like, I swear, ask me one week, I'll be like, oh, I hate Chuck. Ask me next, he's not that bad. So, it just depends on what con Rob was at, the most recent one, I guess, and what answer he gave to a certain question.
I think Becky is, like, extreme fangirl personified as TV show character.
No, that's exactly what Becky was, and she was like, and I'm a Sam girl. Like, I love both brothers, but I relate more closely to Sam, and she was supposed to be like this Sam girl, extreme version of a Sam girl, so that's probably why I don't like her. I'll just throw that out there. But the actress did a fabulous job with the character of Becky. I won't hold that against her, but yeah. Anyway, so
yeah,
let's see.
I can't hate her because I'm a fangirl, but at the same time, I'm Yeah, I'm not a Sam girl, so that's probably why I hate her less.
Probably.
I'm not saying what girl I am.
No, it's okay. Like I said, I love both brothers, but I relate more closely to Sam. We have kind of the same temperament, and I have amazing puppy dog eyes to get what I want. So, yeah.
Well, due to the fact that it was pretty much this episode that introduced me to the idea of Sam girl, Dean girl. I'm guessing Cass girl would be in the mix if Cass was in the books.
Yeah.
If Cass was in the books, like
Actually,
she
I
was
think
actually
he is.
slightly...
He's in the later editions of the books because that's what Charlie said. Right?
Yeah. Speaking of Charlie, that's... Well, based on, like, what Supernatural said of Sam girl versus Dean girls versus Cass girl, if that's a thing, I'd say I'm Charlie girl. Based on what you said, I'm honestly a lot more Cass.
Which, a lot of the fandom are cast girls and boys. Let's not forget them.
Yeah.
So,
You rock.
And I was happy that it was kind of just the bros on a road trip, but they also didn't forget Cass. He's healing. They introduced him to Netflix, and he actually helps out with the case. I really did appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a long time since it's just been the boys, and they were so relaxed, and they were smiling and being goofy, and I was just like, oh, my little season 1 heart came out of nowhere. Such a good episode. The name for this creature, though, I was just like, eh. I go with Dean. Only it was more of a ghoul vampire hybrid than a werewolf vampire hybrid. But I still like what? Yeah, ghoul pyre. There we go. Oh yeah.
Dean Winchester would be proud.
Thank you very much. And I was just like, vampire. That's all I kept thinking of. And I'm like, no, that's not the first thing you think of, Dean. So many great flashbacks and shout outs to previous episodes, definitely. And we also have a time leap. It's a couple of weeks after the last episode, The Bad Seed. So I like that we're not every now and then we need a leap forward. So our case took us to Quaker Valley, Oregon on a hunch, and it was classic season 1 and 2 where they are always like, I don't think this is a thing, and I'm like, it's always a thing.
That is how your show is written. It is always a thing. When there is an episode where it is not a thing, please call me.
I know. And I remember when we were first, Don and I were first going reviewing season 1 and 2, and we were just like, it's always a thing, Sam. Trust your hunch, trust your instinct. So anyway, I like the concept of this idea because baby is in every single shot in this episode. They said they took a lot of influence from that one movie where Ryan Reynolds is buried in the desert, and then also that one with what's his face? It's called Locke, Locke. So yeah, that's where this episode gets its main inspirations from, and I thought that it was sheer genius. And I think I'm just gonna call it, my favorite character in this episode was Jesse the valet.
My favorite character in this episode was Cass because he watched Orange is the New Black.
I swear, we better have gotten some money from Netflix for that. I swear. Oh, goodness, yeah. But, what else?
I don't understand how orange correlates to black in this situation in a way that is new.
I know, poor Cass. He's supposed to still get these references. Didn't we fix that 2 seasons ago?
I guess they agreed with you that season 9 was not very good and basically threw out the majority of its canons.
Okay, cool beans, cool with me. Let's see. Sam. Oh yeah, Dean and Sam aren't. Well, at least Sam's not a virgin because they've been virgins again since born again virgins since what, 908? Yup. Oh, that was fun. I was just like, Sam got a hookup? Like, his last hookup was Amelia, and his hookup before that was, God, what, Madison? Oh, no, wait. Well, who was, Lauren,
I won't be surprised if we see that girl again in 2 episodes
and she's
burning on a
dead?
ceiling.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and she's dead. Don't have sex with Sam Winchester. That's like in the top 5 rules of the Supernatural fandom.
I actually did a presentation for my speech class on how to survive Supernatural, and one of the things I said was don't get intimate with Sam Winchester. You will die before you get pregnant in a way that a pregnancy test can tell. You will die.
Definitely. Oh my God. So I'm forgetting a big, huge chunk of this episode. So while Sam's like falling asleep, he has a vision or a dream, and Papa Winchester shows up. Only it's young Papa Winchester, played by the lovely Matt Cohen. Oh my God, who was just on, did a stint on How to Get Away with Murder, looking delicious as ever. Just saying.
I really like one of the things he said. When has death ever stopped a Winchester? That might just be my favorite line in the whole episode.
Yes. And I was just, and that's when I was like, well, first of all, he was too nice to be Papa Winchester. First of all, I don't know what the hell Jeffrey Dean Morgan is doing where he can't come back to Supernatural, but can we get Papa Winchester back? Honestly. Like, he's literally not doing anything right now. Why couldn't he be in this episode?
Maybe he's done with Supernatural.
I don't know, man.
I mean, like, how can anyone be done with Supernatural is my first question.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're never done. You're never done. It always pulls you back in.
We're gonna get him before the end of the series. I promise you that is my life's mission, to hassle that man until he just says, fine. But yeah, that was the one thing that I was bummed out about.
Power to do that.
Oh, I have some time on my hands, sister. Anyway.
Stalk him at his house?
Me? No, never. I'll just send muffin baskets every single day with a note, please come back to Supernatural. That's my plan. And I encourage you guys to do the same. Anyway, but no, Matt Cohen did a great job. I did like that interpretation of a young, innocent Winchester who was in love with Mary. And Matt Cohen, he's up there. He's a fan favorite. So, but shout out to what was it? CHCH or whatever, that Canadian superstation that like leaked the trailer with him in it. It was supposed to be a big surprise and they leaked. Oh God. Canada!
How did I miss that?
I don't know. Are you a spoiler junkie? I'm a spoiler junkie, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did I miss that?
Anyway, yeah. I thought that the interesting thing about the creature of the week was that when you kill the alpha, all the humans go back, revert, because there's certain there's lore about that with like werewolves. If you kill the one that bit you, you can be human again. And also, if you haven't drank blood, which is canon in the show Supernatural, and you've been turned into a vampire, if you make that little mix and then kill it, then you can be human again. So yeah, I like that. I like that we're saving humans again, basically. It's been a while.
Yes. Yes, you save people and hunt things. Yes. Not just hunt things.
Thank you. Yes. Oh no, I know what my favorite moment of the episode is when they brought back, excuse my French, bitch and jerk. I was like, oh my God. It's been so long. Well, I mean, since Sam and Dean have said it, because like it was somebody else that said it, and I was just like, not cool, dude. Not cool. That is a Sam and Dean thing only. Yes, I'm talking about Crowley.
Yes.
Oh.
Not cool, Crowley.
You know what?
And I mean, like, Origin not loading for 12 hours after I updated my software, not cool.
Oh, ouch. Yeah. I just, oh my God, they were just like, this was like just an ode to the fandom, and I just love this episode so freaking much, and I just think it was a really great job. We had this is where we've been saving our money for, all the classic rock music, right?
Yeah.
Although I don't know what the hell that Bad Girls by MIA was about. I was just like, Jesse, you can't be in the Impala listening to that, okay?
And my mom's calling me. Decline. I'm podcasting right now, Mom. I'm sorry. If you are listening to this, which I am sure at one point you will, I am sorry for not answering that phone call.
Oh, so yeah. I like how they couldn't kill the damn thing. Like, Dean tried everything. And then
Just silver bullets cutting its head off.
I for sure thought the cutting the head off thing would work. And I'm like, what is this, a Leviathan? Are we going to have to bury the head and the body a million miles away?
Well, it wasn't burying the head and the body miles and miles away that
Yeah.
stopped the. It was the borax.
It was a penny in the mouth.
Yeah. A penny minted before 1982.
Thank you for the. I actually did know that, but I go, thank you for the coin collector's knowledge, Sam. Leave it to Sam.
Although Dean did have a smart moment in this episode.
Yes, which I appreciated. He's like, what? I read? And I was like, oh, I know. You're not just a pretty face, Dean. We all know this. You come in the clutch when we need you. Ah, yeah, this was great. That's all I can really pretty much say. I mean, this was just like the case really didn't even matter. It was kind of just the road trip. They even stopped at a roadhouse, and I was just like, man, somebody should really rebuild the roadhouse.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but then again, who would run it?
You know, we should just break everybody out of heaven and get them their bodies back.
But they all had hunters' funerals. How exactly are you going to get their bodies back?
Canon and Supernatural since season 06 has been very fluid. And I don't think any of the fandom would care how they brought them back if you brought back Joe, Ellen, Bobby, and Ash. Let's just be real. And you know what I'm saying?
And Charlie!
And Charlie, of
and
course.
Charlie.
You know, it just doesn't seem real to me that she's dead. Like, honest to God, I expect any episode for her to just come back. I don't know why. Because it was rude as hell is why. Like, getting rid of Charlie was really rude, and I just couldn't believe they actually did it. So I'm still not, like, over it, I guess. I'm in denial still. Don't judge me.
I am a Charlie girl. I will never be over it. Never! Kripke! Never! Even though Kripke wasn't responsible for this.
Yep. Oh, man. So, yeah, let's just talk about some of our favorite stuff. Who was your favorite character? Main character, anyway.
Cass.
Even though he was not actually shown and only on the phone. Cass.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say it, baby Winchester. This episode was long overdue. I love everything, every single shot in it with her. They showed off the initials, the Legos, the little army guy. The only thing we didn't really see was the trunk this episode.
Yeah. Then again, do you think baby would be able to see the trunk of... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Still technically in the shot, right? Oh, anyway.
I guess there are some cars where, like, you can pull the middle back seat back and you can see the trunk.
I don't think 67 Impalas are those kind, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Favorite scene?
Probably Sam's vision.
Me too. Also, when Dean caught him with the girl, he's like, it's so classy. You put a blanket down.
Yeah, my second favorite though, and it's like by like the vision beats it by an inch, is when Dean's trying to kill the thing, and Cass is like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I heard gunshots. Yeah, and he's like shooting it.
Setting it on fire.
I don't think he set it on fire.
He should have tried it.
I don't think he had a lighter or matches on him.
He always has a lighter. That is canon. It's a very special lighter we don't see much anymore, but it's there in his pocket. Sorry.
I don't. Well, maybe he dropped it on the floor
Of the Impala.
with all the Legos.
Yes, maybe. Yeah, that was a great scene. And then I love how when the head's like on the hood and he's just looking at it and it's still moving.
And like, flash. Where did that weird noise come from? Oh yeah, within, like the cat whiskers. If you got that reference, tweet me.
Do you have any favorite lines?
When has death ever stopped a Winchester?
Definitely in my top 5. Another one was Dean. Oh baby, I'm so sorry, which he said another time too. And then Sam
and I did shoot the Jeopardy.
Yes, of course, he said that as well in season 2. Anyway, Sam, Dean, even the monsters are scared. Dean, let them be. You and me, we're stopping this now. And I'm like, yes, bromance is back. Thank you. Do you have any like other little scenes or moments you want to talk about?
When, like, Dean and Cass, like, the beginning of their conversation on the phone, and he's like, I'm not sure how orange correlates to black in this scenario in any way that is new.
Yep. I like Dean's answer
And
to that,
Dean's
actually.
like,
yeah.
Step away from the Netflix.
So good. So good. Also, I think I like when John's like, you okay, pal? You looked a little spooked. It's the exact same thing he said to Sam when they went back to 1978 when they visited Mary and John. So I was just like, oh my God, they watched that episode. Like, I just couldn't get over it. Like, that's been one of my biggest criticisms with the canon and the writing of Supernatural. It just feels like they hadn't watched like the first 5 to 6 seasons and like all of that was out of the window. But I think that a lot of people were having those criticisms and they kind of wrote this episode to shut that particular side of the fandom up.
Yeah, I honestly feel like, because my biggest criticism is actually the one I shouldn't have as a DCL shipper, and that is angels don't have genitals.
I'm okay with that. Let them be smooth as Ken dolls. Anyway, let's see. The music in this episode, The Guitar Man by Bread, which is, and oh my God, Dean wearing shorts, but we didn't get to see it. Rude! Even though Dean totally doesn't do shorts except for that one time in After School Special. Just saying.
Yeah. After Special was cool.
Oh, it's an acquired taste for me. I can appreciate certain things in that episode, but that Dean is the gym teacher.
I actually thought Dean was a cool gym teacher. I would actually participate in PE if he was my gym teacher.
I want to know about Big Jack Johnson and the Oilers. Night Moves, of course, got played twice. That's by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Let's see. Someday.
Oh, yeah. Is everything a Bob Singer song to you?
Yes! Oh, to be a Dean's pretty little head. Someday Soon by Judy Collins. That's the song that's playing with Sam's Vision. And then Bad Girls that I already talked about by MIA is when Jessie takes that joyride with her friend. And I'm just like, I don't really understand why we had that, but okay.
Oh, it's because it was important to the plot that her friend loses her purse in the car.
I know.
Because of the pennies.
Because pennies.
Yeah. 1982.
Although I'm sure there would have been some in the ashtray of the Impala somewhere. Just saying. Anyway, let's see what else. That's about it. We do have some recurring people. Let me find them. Sarah Jane Redmond, who played Lily Markham, previously played Kathy Randolph in Changing Channels. There was no score for this episode. All the music came from an outside source. That term is actually called what? Diegetic? Yeah, I believe. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I think we've had one other episode like that in the whole series, so that was pretty cool to see that come back into play. I already talked about all the references to Swan Song. I talked about 908. Sam's not a born again virgin again. Oh yeah. Also, little fun fact is that during the filming of the episode where the deputy Donnelly attacks Dean, Jensen actually found the remains of the Impala that was smashed up at the end of Devil's Trap.
Wow.
I know, right? That was pretty cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much all that I have. So we can talk about that grade.
My grade is 8 because they did it really well. But the Impala wasn't a person, which is honestly what I was hoping that they'd do.
And we still have time for another episode like that, though. I mean, Supernatural's going to go on for like another 10 seasons. So, they got to pace themselves.
Yes.
I'm just going to give it a straight up 10. A 10 and a half, actually. I was really I found myself giggling.
Broke the scale?
Yeah, I broke the scale. It was just a fun, interesting episode. It was the boys. They were smiling. They were happy. It seems like their relationship is back on track. The secret's out about Sam being infected. And it was just a relief. This is episode 4, and we're setting up that night. This is the in-between time before the next arc. I actually wasn't worrying about what Crowley was up to, what the darkness was up to. It just was a fun breather, exercise, and this is how you do a standalone. Do you know what I mean? I've had really hard time with the filler episodes in Supernatural as of late, and this was just the perfect standalone that I wouldn't even call filler.
Yeah.
So yeah, needless to say, I really love this episode.
Yes, this is a good standalone. The only thing that could have made it better was, again, if Dean had to find a different car to drive for a day because Rowena turned the Impala into a person.
And it still could happen. I mean, hell, it could still happen in this episode. Oh, did you see that picture of Genevieve and Ruth, by the way, where they were Genevieve was pretending to strangle her because Ruth now is the longest surviving female character or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cute. Yeah. Is there any other Supernatural news we need to talk about,
Well, now that the huge thing is out, I actually haven't had time to search for more.
What huge thing?
Yeah. Yes, the really huge thing, because I was getting so hyped about it. And then, we didn't get the preview at the end, because, at the end of the bad scene.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had to delay it. Because Midwest people, shout out to all of you, you had to put up with waiting longer than everyone else did. Thank you for not going to WGN offices and strangling them. It's much appreciated.
I mean, you guys could have just supported this show buying it on iTunes. Just saying.
I some of them did.
I do not want to wait.
However, there are people like me who are underage.
You're 13. You can buy iTunes.
I know, but I don't have a debit card.
You can always just buy an iTunes card for I think the cheapest one is $10. Just put it out for you guys in case you don't know. It actually helps the show out when you purchase season passes and watch the episode on the CW app, or which you could have also done at 8 o'clock the next morning. Or what else? You can go to the website, which is also available. I think it's 7 in the morning on the website at cw.com/. Just for your reference in case you guys have to put up with that for the whole basketball season. The more you know.
Or or it delays people in your zone, or
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
I have yet to hear about any plays in the West Coast, though.
Yeah,
so
but then they have to put
you guys are
spoilers
lucky
on the Twitter timeline too, though.
as far as I know.
Hashtag, so you know how that goes. The next episode is all about Lizzie Borden's old home. That's the setting of it. It's called Thin Lizzie. In case you guys are interested, you guys can go to YouTube and check out the preview, or I believe they have it up on the CW.com as well. So yeah, that sounds fun. Actually, I like the Lizzie Borden case, so this should be fun for me.
Yeah. There are a few cases.
What'd you say? A few cases, what?
Yeah. You there are really few cases that I actually like follow-ups on.
I'm still waiting on the Jersey Devil. So mad, and it's the episode. Oh God, I still want that to happen.
Yeah, I'm kind of over it. Like, if you do the Jersey Devil, that's great. I'll probably like it. If you don't, that is fine too.
Like, we do so few urban legends anymore and stuff like that. Like, I just kind of like a throwback to like season 1 every now and then, season 1 through 2.5 every now and then. So that's all that is when it comes to that for me, because I'm a huge like urban legend kind of person. So, which is what first attracted me to the show. It had like that Buffy X-Files vibe. So, anytime the show goes there, I kind of am a really happy glamper.
Yes, because I do not do regular camping.
I have to have Wi-Fi.
I have to do glamping. Yes, I cannot survive more than 12 hours.
You're doing better than
Wi-Fi.
me. Like, at 4 hours, I get the itch. Like, man, we gotta get back to civilization here.
Oh, it's because I'm a theme park junkie, so I actually during the summers normally.
Oh, that's good that you get out of the house. I hope more young people start to become like that. Do you have any fanfics or fan art?
No, speaking of that, the songs I recommended last week were meant to be funny and cute, not good music. If you want something that's good music, tell me. I don't know what you people like about the fan art, fan
or you
song,
guys could just send
community.
in your fanfic. Please keep it PG-13 and your fan art as well, and we will put it up on the Facebook and tweet it and talk about it here on the podcast. There's a lot of talented people out in the fandom. I follow a lot of them on Tumblr. So yeah. I encourage you guys to do that. You can send it to the Winchester Report at gmail.com. Let's see. I do have a fanfic, but I don't. I don't know like what the actual rating for it would be, because I don't know.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about Wattpad. It automatically rates stories like PG, PG-13, R, X, because this is like beyond R.
So like I'm looking at the tags to try to figure this out. I don't see Destiel, so that might be a little more safe. Usually Destiel tends to be like way over PG-13 for the most part.
Hey, I have found a lot of DCL fanfics that are PG-13, even a few that are PG.
I am scarred for life in the brain from some of the things that I like literally needed brain bleach. Like, I couldn't look at the characters for a week on TV. I think this one is pretty okay because there's no warnings.
Yes, like, because they actually, a lot of people
it's fluff.
Who ship DCL think that it would be a lot of them. Yeah, there are a few that think it's fluff. I'm kind of versatile. If you want it, if it's a fluff fanfic, it's good. If it's a totally opposite side fanfic that I'm not going to say like the type of, because there are children who listen to this.
Oh, That's why I love you, Jennie. No, this one is called Into the Hollows. It has Castiel and Dean. It has Sam, Anna Milton. We got Naomi and Chuck. So yeah, we even have Rufus in there. So that was what really kind of piqued my interest. It is 7 chapters out of who even knows. It's got like 27,312 words. It's got 121 kudos. And of course, so as soon as I say that, you guys know it's Archive of Our Own. So yeah, and it's by Kash Oku. Yeah. That's Kashoku. So yeah, and this was just posted / updated today. So yeah, go definitely check that out on Archive of Our Own. I will of course put the link in the show notes as well as on the Facebook. Let me know what you guys think, if this is the kind of story for you, and I'll look for more. If not, give me some recommendations. Remember, PG-13, please. Okay, so yeah.
Yes. One of the hosts is
Exactly.
13. However, this 13-year-old watches Rocky Horror on a regular basis with participation lines
That
and
is
doing
awesome.
the time warp
Only
at the
cool.
time.
You must have cool parents. It's only cool parents. Let the kids watch that.
My mom is cool.
Anyway, so yeah, I guess it's time to get to shameless plugs and self-promotion. I will let Jennie go first, of course.
I am queer_llamacorn on Twitter. I am... Okay, let me check this. Oh, yes. Scorpion_fan123
Wonder what that's about.
on Snapchat. Yeah, that's another show that I like. It's about geniuses who solve crimes and work with the FBI, not for them.
On CBS, 10 o'clock on what, Monday?
Mondays, yes. It's what makes my Mondays
That's
bearable.
Gotham and Supergirl for me, but I'm a DC girl, so.
On Wattpad, I am Queen of Squoos because I saw this post on Twitter with, like, it's a squirrel and a moose mashed together, and Mark A. Shepard just says, "Did Sam and Dean have a baby?" Yes, so on Wattpad, I am Queen of Squoos.
Your Instagram?
My Instagram is actually, because it's past Halloween, so I had to make a Christmas username, jolly_Twitter_girl81 to represent August 1st, which is Southgate Media Group.
Speaking of which, hey, did you guys know that we have like 80 plus podcasts? And if you want to check out the full offering that we have, you can go to southgatemediagroup.com, where you can find Supernatural, our podcast, the Winchester Report, as well as many others. We have everything: anime, Pinterest, wrestling, fantasy sports leagues, you name it, we got it. So please go be sure to check us out there. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, or Lisbon. Just look for the Winchester Report. And if you feel like it, please be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and download the episodes, because streaming doesn't count, unfortunately, at this particular moment. Maybe it will one day. As for me, you guys can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire. You can find the podcast on Twitter at the Winchester Report without the T.
His Twitter, for some reason, doesn't like really long.
Exactly. And of course, our email is thewinchesterreport@gmail.com, and we are on Facebook at facebook.com/Winchester Report. We look forward to hearing from you guys. Check the Facebook every day for news about Supernatural. So, this is Lilith.
And this is Jennie.
And this is the Winchester Report, signing off.